After a bad start, the Warriors are starting to turn their season around. The Warriors start off the season with a bad 3-7 record, and at one point they lost 5 games in a row. But recently, the Warriors are playing much better basketball, going 9-4 in their last 13 games. Steph Curry has been dominant all year, but guys like Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson were underachieving, and he simply wasn't getting enough help from his teammates in the first 10 or so games. But recently, guys like Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and Andrew Wiggins have stepped up, and the bench players are playing a lot better too. The Warriors now rank 9th in offensive rating, and the defense, which was 26th in defensive rating in the first 10 games, now is up to 20th in defensive rating. But before we go more into detail on how the Warriors are turning their season around, I want to thank Underdog for partnering with MooreHoops. Guys, Underdog is great for us sports fans because it makes watching the games a lot more fun and engaging. I love to play pick'em where you simply pick between 2 and 5 players and take the higher or lower on their stats that night. And if your predictions are correct, you can earn some serious cash. For tonight, I'm going to go higher on Luka scoring 31 points because I think he'll easily torch the Knicks' bad defense. And I'll take the higher on Jalen Brunson scoring 21 points because I think he'll want revenge on his old team. So if you want to get a piece of this action, use the link in the description of this video to download Underdog today and use the promo code MooreHoops to get a 100% match bonus of up to $100. Now on with the video. First, we have to talk about Steph Curry. Somehow at age 34, Steph is having one of the best seasons of his career. His 31 points per game is tied for 4th in the NBA, and Steph is not only scoring a high volume of points, but doing it on historically great efficiency, shooting 51% from the field, 44% from 3, and 91% from the free throw line. Steph is one of just 11 players to be a part of the 50-40-90 club, and at this rate, it'll be the second time in his career, with the first time being back in the 2015-16 season. If he was to maintain these averages, he would also be just one of 3 players, with the other 2 being Larry Bird and Steve Nash, to have multiple 50-40-90 seasons. As per usual, most of Steph's damage is coming from outside the arc, but Steph has also been extremely dominant when scoring inside the paint. On the season, Steph is shooting 75% within 5 feet of the basket, which is a career high. To put in perspective how ridiculously efficient that is, Giannis is shooting 70% within 5 feet of the basket this season. And Giannis is a 7-foot dunking machine, while Steph is just a 6'2 guard, and Steph is finishing at a higher percentage than him. But he's not only scoring the ball at a high level, his 7 rebounds per game is his highest rebound average of his career, and he's also playmaking at a high level, averaging 7 assists per game. Steph's excellent rebounding this year has been great for the Dubs offense because he's looking to push the ball a lot in transition, which is creating a ton of opportunities for his teammates on the fast break. In the half court, Steph draws a ton of defensive attention, which allows him to set his teammates up for easy baskets. Overall, Steph is arguably having his best individual regular season, but other guys have stepped up to help the Dubs rebound from their bad start. One guy that's really stepped up big time is the second splash brother, Klay Thompson. At the beginning of the season, Klay looked like a shell of his former self, and his shooting in particular was ice cold. But in his last 13 games, Klay is averaging 20 points per game on 42% shooting from the field and 41% from 3. His best game this season was against the Rockets when he had 41 points and knocked down 10 3-point shots. Earlier in the season, Klay was forcing a lot of tough shots, and it felt like he was trying to prove that he was still a legit star. But now Klay's shot selection has been much better. He's been working hard to get open coming off screens, and as a result, he's getting plenty of high percentage shots. With Klay shooting the ball this well, this makes the Warriors' offense even deadlier. Another huge part of the Warriors' recent success has been the play of Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins is the Warriors' second leading scorer this season at 18 a game, and he's been extremely efficient, shooting 50% from the field and 42% from 3. Part of the reason Wiggins is so efficient is because he takes high quality shots within the Warriors' offense. He's a terrific cutter and finisher, and he's also become an absolute marksman from behind the arc. Wiggins is great in the Dubs' motion offense, but he's also a reliable end of shot clock option to create his own shot. And while Wiggins is producing offensively for the Dubs, he's also a great defender. He's a terrific man-to-man defender that regularly guards the other team's best player, and he's also a great off-ball defender, whether it's deflecting passes for steals and deflections or providing help defense. On the season, he's averaging 1.5 steals and nearly a block a game. Wiggins said that one of his goals this year was to make his second straight All-Star team, and if the Warriors' play continues to trend upward, he'll certainly be a candidate. We also gotta talk about the improved play of Draymond Green. Recently, Draymond Green has increased his offensive aggression and efficiency. He's currently shooting a career-high 60% from the field, and his finishing in particular has been amazing. Because Green is a serious scoring threat around the rim, this helps him to draw defenders and set his teammates up for easy baskets. Green is also a great passer out of the post, where many of his assists come from dishing the ball to cutters. And of course, Draymond Green has also been great on the less glamorous end for the Warriors. Earlier in the year, he was fouling way too much, which was contributing to the Warriors' defensive issues, but in recent weeks, Green has been committing fewer fouls and has been playing much better defense. The starters are definitely playing much better basketball, but the improved play from the second unit is also a big part of their turnaround. Earlier in the year, Golden State was getting very little from their bench. All the Dubs' young players like Jordan Poole, Kuminga, and Wiseman regressed. Wiseman was so unplayable that the Dubs sent him to the G League, but in the last 10 or so games, the Dubs' bench players are playing a lot better. Jonathan Kuminga in particular has really leveled up. Kuminga is still struggling to shoot from the outside, but he's thriving as a cutter and finisher around the basket. He's also been playing good defense, with Steve Kerr often trusting Kuminga to defend some really tough matchups. Jordan Poole also provides the Warriors some much needed offense off the bench, averaging 16 points and 5 assists per game. While he can facilitate for his teammates and get hot at any given moment, he's still too inconsistent at this part of the season. Some nights he may go off for 36, but then he'll follow it up with a 2-point game. If Poole can be more reliable offensively, that'll make the Warriors even deadlier. A pleasant surprise for the Warriors bench this year has been Anthony Lamb. Lamb went undrafted back in 2020 and signed a 2-way deal with the Dubs back in preseason. After an impressive run in the G League, the Dubs called him up, and so far he's provided them with some solid defense and 3-point shooting. He's currently averaging 6 points per game on an excellent 56% shooting from the field and 43% from 3. And Dante DiVincenzo is also giving the Warriors solid production as a 3-and-D wing. He was injured earlier in the year, but recently he's starting to play a lot better. Overall, the improved play of the Dubs' second unit has really helped them to maintain leads and even get them back into games. The Dubs are playing great basketball right now, but of course the ultimate goal is to repeat as champions. So are the Dubs legit contenders? Despite winning 9 of their last 13 games, they still only rank 8th in the West, which means they would have to battle in the play-in tournament in order to make the playoffs. The Dubs are playing well, but they still have a lot of work to do if they want to be considered serious contenders. They still need to get a lot better defensively, and they also need to play a lot better on the road. The Warriors are a great home team with a 10-1 record, but they're still only 2-10 on the road. With the Warriors only being 2.5 games away from the 3 seed, and with there still being over 50 games left, finishing as a top 3 seed is still very possible. If the Warriors can continue to trend upward, they could definitely still contend for a title. But now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think the Warriors are legit contenders? Tell me in the comments. Guys, I'm trying to get to 12,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and as you can see, I'm really close. So please, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more dope Warriors content just like it, please drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button, and click this video to learn the truth about Draymond Green's future with the Warriors.